Large man, teeny clacker. There we go, Brick Maniacs. Welcome back to another Thursday Sit Rep. Let's kick things off by talking about our Labor Day sale, which is starting up on Friday. You can use the code LABOR15 to save 15% on all ready-to-ship items all the way through Monday, which of course is Labor Day. That is good in stores and online, obviously till store close on Monday night, and then until 11:59 p.m. for the website. So that'll be awesome. You can go ahead and save on some of those kits that you've been waiting to get, including this little Focke-Wulf here, which we'll get to in a minute. Then you're heading to BrickCon.
BrickCon, not this weekend. It's the
Yeah,
weekend
the
after
following
next.
weekend. So it's the 7th and 8th.
I get a weekend off. First weekend off in a month from traveling.
So yeah, that's at the Maidenbauer Center, which is in Bellevue, Washington. So if you're in that area, yeah, Bellevue, Washington. So if you're in that area, go ahead and check that up. We'll throw the address for that up on the screen here real quick, so that you can get yourself directions and go see Dan in the road store and all that sort of stuff. Right,
the biggest road store we've ever had. So it's crazy. Just at the last minute, they contacted us. They had a cancellation, and again, this is the second year in a row. So last year we were able to get in for the first time since like 2017 or something. And they had a cancellation, got in. This year they had another last minute one, so we're double the size of last year. So we have like the biggest booth we've ever had at an event in Seattle area.
Cool.
So, yeah, people wanted us to always bring a lot of stuff, whatever we can fit in a suitcase. Well, this year I'm driving, and I'm going to pack the car with the biggest road store that the West Coast has seen in a long time. So the biggest selection of Brickmania gear outside of visiting one of our retail stores will be at BrickCon.
Including the road store goodies, I assume?
Yes, yeah, awesome. Everything that I have almost everything, I think, every exclusive. Not everything, but I also have some exclusives from some of the other retail stores. Okay. So I was able to do some trading, horse trading with the Chicago store, the DC store. So I do have some other stuff that you just can't get anywhere. Awesome. So that'll be a ton of fun if you're in that area. Make sure to go check that out. But for the rest of you who are just living via the website, let's get to our premiere pre-ordered this weekend. We do have two. We'll do a check-in in a second, but we've got Dan here, and he's going to talk about. This is a Hicks model, right? Yes. This is George Hicks. This I put this together at last weekend in Utah at Brick Slopes. So everybody was at Brick Slopes. Thank you for showing up. And a lot of cool. A lot of visits, a lot of minifigs were made. And
you said technically this is the V1 prototype of this build,
yes,
right?
This is. I grabbed all the parts. George designed this. He designed it a little while ago, but we just got the model complete, and I put together the prototype. There's been some minor modifications so we could include prints, and that's mostly what the modifications for. There will be a flag off the back of this. There's some cool stuff. What you would expect. Will come with a crew of 2.
Yes, with an option to add up to 3 additional crewmen.
Yes, SWIC crewmen. So that's Special Warfare Combatant Craft or Combatant Craft crewmen. Yes, there will be an extra. So there will actually be 3 unique figures. 2 that come with the boat itself, and then if you want to get additionals, up to 3. Right?
Correct.
So then you'll have. I think I have like 6 in here now.
You mean we can't get this crew you have in
here?
No,
that's
a motley crew.
Yeah. I cleared my desk of the most choice naval type office, including the janitor. This poor janitor's been cleaning my kitchen for the last 20 years. he's finally gotten out on the high seas. In fact, he's piloting the craft right now. Leave it to the janitor. The big mustache gave it away that this is a Navy guy right here.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so there'll be slight differences, but what you see is what you get. The top of the hull, let me just demonstrate this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it does come with the stand. The stand will have printing on it, so you're everything you expect, but it does have a waterline breakdown to a nice waterline model if you wanted to build a diorama, something like that. So you get the lower hull. The cute little engines actually do raise up.
Oh, nice.
So George and I were talking about we need to make a trailer for this thing at some point, so we get like an MATV or something, some giant truck to pull this thing.
Yeah,
as you would expect. But this is what the smallest of the Navy assault boats right now. So there's a Combatant Craft medium, and of course they have like the bigger, the Mark 6 or whatever, like these big SEAL boats that they use. But it's Navy Special Warfare Combatant Craft
assault.
Yeah, assault. And we actually got to go to that headquarters a year and a half ago, so we saw some of the stuff in person. over Easter weekend. So nobody was around. They didn't mind if we were looking,
It was pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it was cool. We were escorted by an actual Navy. Navy
CB, right? Yeah.
CB, yes. So we got to see some of this stuff up close and personal. It was neat. And of course, sorry, George, you missed that trip. George and I went, and we didn't have clearance at that point to get onto the base to see any of this stuff.
But yeah, really cool build. I love the ability for it to break down the water line so that you can do some displays, or if you just want to swoosh it around your room, whatever you're planning to do with it after you're done.
Makes a fantastic display piece, and of course you get the stand. George is sort of replacing me as the boat guy. So thank you, George. I'll be retiring now to the Redneck Riviera. You can continue to build boats, and I will put my feet up in the on the cooler and toes in the run my fingers through the sand or the water. And
yeah, right. Like you could slow down for a minute. Yeah, that is absolutely awesome. Obviously, you're not seeing any of the printing that is included with it here, but just check out the renders, and that'll give you an idea of what the completed model will look like a little bit closer. And then once again, you can add up to 3 of those additional crewmen. But for the sake of pacing, so we can get to talking some of this other stuff, let's kick things over to Andreas right now to talk about the Ukrainian unmanned ground vehicle.
Hey guys, it's Andreas here from the European Design Studio in Oslo, and today I have one of the smallest builds I've ever done to show you. This is the UGV based off the D2111, which is a real-life weapons platform made in Ukraine and used by Ukrainians in the fight, in the war that's going on right now. And it's really a look into the future of warfare, using more drones and remote controlled systems that allow maybe saving more lives, having less people out in the field fighting and risking their lives. So this is remote controlled, and you do get a figure, not this one, this is just a stand-in. And he has a controller, which you can see is a video game controller. And they actually use video game controllers to control this. Of course, in times of desperation, they will just use whatever they have that is reliable, and these controllers really are reliable enough to control a weapon system like this. So pretty interesting. Typically would be followed by a drone going up in the air, giving you some more vision and seeing what's happening in the battlefield. And you can roll this out, and you can control the weapon. Turret rotates. You will also have a DSHK brick arms Dushka. Instead of this grenade launcher. I just didn't have one, so I'm just using this into place. And there's also a reference of this with a shield. I did actually a build for a shield, but I didn't really like it because it just it really hides the brick arms, and the brick arms is really the main point of this vehicle, and I didn't want to hide it. So now you're really showing off the technical components here, as well as showing off the brick arm, which I think is a nice addition. Of course, rolling wheels, turret rotates. You have these antennas on the side, on the back here, I mean, and you'll have a printed face for the drone. And what is fun about building in this super small scale is that you can't really just build bricks up. You have to be creative with some nice part usage. So I'm using a roller coaster rail for the base here, which is kind of like the real thing. It really has these rails, and I was trying to brick build that with bars and clips, and it didn't look right until I tried this, and it was just right. Especially for the scale. I was trying to build also with bigger wheels, but anything I would do would just throw the scale completely off because it's so small. It's a really small vehicle in real life. If you can call it a vehicle, I mean, it's more like a remote controlled car. So you can also take the turret off like in real life, which they will do to have wounded soldiers. You can bring them in and out of the field without actually putting any more people in harm's way. You can take them out of the battlefield without risking any lives. So very interesting, a glimpse into the future of warfare, basically. So the war is still going on in Ukraine. This is a Ukraine benefit kit. So thank you guys for still supporting the cause. We appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for watching.
All right, thank you very much, Andreas. We do have a whole bunch of stuff that's also shipping this weekend as well.
Yes.
Like what we have here spinning on the carrier. Now, both of these are still available online. This one in a little bit more limited quantities than the Focke-Wulf. However, remember, if you got in on the initial drop weekend of the Focke-Wulf, you got to choose your custom unit options. That option is now no longer available, so it will come as the stock one, but you can get it both in stores and online. And like I said, it is available again. And then we've got the Humvee with the tow missile carrier.
Tow missile launcher. It does not come with the figure.
The figure, right.
You may have noticed we've released a whole ton of vehicles that do not come with crewmen. Now you can buy a crewman separately, as many as you need.
Correct.
This is going to be something that will be available moving forward. So we'll have multiple different vehicles and a crew that you can get it, and then you can add on if you needed to add some plate carriers, whatever else you want, some more gear. And we'll do them as quick as we can. But of course, when we have 700 figures and only can print like maybe upwards to a dozen a week, and they sell as fast pretty much as we can make them.
Yeah, everybody's been beeping for them as well. And then everybody has their own specific requests, and we try to fulfill as many as we can. But again, there's that timeline that we have to deal with as well. The other thing that's a little bit interesting this week, and I'll stop it right here for camera guy, hopefully, is this bad boy. So there is going to be a part two of the Normandy Battle Box Part 1. If you haven't purchased that kit, the new version of the kit is going to be available with an updated M10 Wolverine turret. However, if you have already purchased the Normandy Battle Box Part 1, you still have a chance to get a hold of the turret.
Right. So if many people, including ourselves, actually encountered an issue with part consistency from Lego, and the original turret was very specific in how you built it. Mm-hmm. We built 10 at Bovington, no problem, but then the 11th one we couldn't get together.
Right.
And people had bought them and were like, well, this doesn't work. And like, yeah, we realize that. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I think that's an issue that was known a while ago. We hoped that Lego had fixed it, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, there's too many of them out there, basically.
Yeah, too many. And so what we did is that, okay, we're just going to build a new turret. Mm-hmm. That's this guy here. It turns freely. It's better. It actually you can elevate the gun.
I was going to say, I saw that connection in there. That's pretty cool.
It's kind of cool. So it actually works like the real thing should. So redesigned turret. If you have purchased it already, mm-hmm. Contact customer service. They can throw in an extra turret and an updated instruction sheet free of charge with your next order. Mm-hmm. If you just want it shipped, you're going to have to pay for the shipping separately.
Right. So basically, if you already own it, you want a new one, and you just want the turret, and you're not placing an order, you'll have to pay for shipping and handling. However, if you've already got an order, we can just toss it in there. You just got to let customer service know so they know who to give the turret to.
And reference your original order so we know. We are going to send a few of these updates to stores. So if you did buy one in a store, in a week or so, they should have the parts and the new updated, instruction page, I guess, mm-hmm. just to make this thing. We just want to make sure that everybody who got it was frustrated putting it together.
Yeah, we don't want to. Micro Brick Battle is supposed to be fun. We're not in the business of frustrating people just trying to get the parts together. So yeah, again, that's just kind of like I said, part 2, a little bit of a redo, and then obviously if you haven't purchased it and you're going to buy the complete Normandy Battle Box Part 1, it'll come already with these updated Wolverines. The original Part 1 will now be a collector's item, I suppose.
Yeah. I have one in the Roadstore. What? I don't know. It slipped through because I sent all my Roadstore copies back to production again mm-hmm. to get opened and fixed. And then I found another one. Like, oh, it's too late. They've already done them. So yeah, I have one of the originals. If you would like one, go to Seattle.
now discontinued. And then our final release for those of you who are a fan of last week's minifigure drop, we've got another continuation of that theme in the Praetorian Guard, which I just saw one of the shields for. We'll have a render up hopefully on screen. Holy smokes, that's a cool looking figure. Yeah.
I'm going to buy 199, so there'll be one online.
Oh, yeah, nice. Dan's getting off his own supply. Yeah, but so the Praetorian Guard will be available, hopefully shipping soon to stores, and then soon as well online.
It'll be shipping this week.
And again, eligible for that 15% off, so make sure you use that code.
Yeah, it's few and far between
mm-hmm.
the site-wide codes nowadays. So it is our 25th anniversary.
Yeah, right.
Too. So I think there's going to be another one sometime later on. But yeah, that's probably it for the rest of the year as mm-hmm. far as these like site-wide sales. So take advantage of it because they, like I said, few and far between.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely worth it. And then on Monday, which again will be the last day that you can use that coupon code, we've got some pre-orders rolling as well as some stuff ready to ship. So we'll go a little rapid fire on this here. So the F-16 is going to be back on pre-order. again on Monday. That the most recent pre-order batch is just shipping out the door now.
And don't forget to order your juice box.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. No kidding. Get that juice box upgrade. That's awesome. Hopefully,
if you didn't get it while it was on sale, you could still get it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And the juice figures in stock as well, so you could really complete that set now that they're literally flying over there, which is cool to see.
Yeah.
We've got another Humvee coming back. That's the cargo carrier, so that'll be available for pre-order once again. And then the HIMARS will also be back on pre-order as well, which I believe that had a Ukrainian pack with it too. I don't think the pack has been restocked, but I think it had one at one point maybe. But this might be a
I don't
different
know.
one.
We'd have to look and see.
Yeah, I'd have to double check.
I don't know if the Ukraine pack. It's a little touchy because.
That's how well I've prepped for that. Yeah, because obviously the HIMARS is a licensed item. But then we do have some stuff getting ready to ship now. I will say most of this stuff has been pre-ordered already, so don't expect there to be high quantities of this stuff available, if any. I know that some people have been like, "Why is this included in the email?" Well, it's because it's now in stores, but it pre-ordered and was not shipping online. That's why we've got that little disclaimer down at the bottom of the email that says some items may have sold out in pre-order because it does happen regularly.
Yes.
But the MH-60L Blackhawk getting ready to ship. The Spitfire Mark 9 getting ready to ship, and then the U.S. Army Riflemen and U.S. Marine Riflemen are restocked. The Delta Force operators will restock standalone, but again, only the ones that didn't ship with the upgrade for the Blackhawk. And then the U.S. Army Ranger Saw Gunner, that's the Battle of Mogadishu.
It's a special Ranger
yes.
for Mogadishu. So if you missed that one we haven't done very much of.
Yeah, I was going to say, and it's been a popular figure.
The Ranger, the Saw Gunner, and the Grenadier are two that have. I mean, forever, it's like a 20%, you know, compared to the regular Rangers, like 1 in 5. So yeah, definitely hop on a chance to get those because we restocked that one. I think this is maybe the first restock. So
yeah, okay, fair enough since it was new. Well, anyway, so all those ones I just listed underneath from starting with the Blackhawk and ending with the Saw Gunner, those will also be eligible for the final day of that coupon. So again, make sure you use that code LABOR15 at checkout. Otherwise.
Yeah,
you're still packing.
I am. The site-wide coupon is that going to be on pre-orders also? Or
no, only on ready to ship
items.
So
make sure that it's stuff in stock. So
correct.
Which
we move stuff out of the building kits category. So if you go into the building kits category, everything in there is eligible for the sale. If you want to get on the pre-order, like if you're jumping on this right away, it'll show up in the new products portion of the website, but it'll also be in that exclusive pre-order category. So maybe a little bit harder to find with the way the coupon codes work, but either way, it'll be available. So, and then again, if you're ordering stuff that is pre-ordered and is ready to ship, you can still use the coupon code on the eligible items. But again, your order won't ship separately. It'll only ship when the pre-order is ready to rock. So, but that doesn't mean that the discount will go away. You'll still be able to use that.
And just tiny little note, the V2 Army Rifleman. Mm-hmm. This is the last batch of the V2.
Oh yeah, because there's a V3 on
There's a V3 in the pipeline. And so if you want a bunch more or any quantities to match your existing Rifleman, now's your chance to get them. They will not be restocked.
Yeah. Okay.
So and the same with there's Marines in the pipeline when the same thing. Those Riflemen when they come out, that's it.
The end of an era. The V2 being retired. How about that?
And we're also at the end. You know, we're getting crunch time on the holidays. Mm-hmm. So a lot of stuff that's sold out is in the restock pipeline, which also means less quantities of everything. Mm-hmm. So smaller batches. If you don't jump on this boat, the first batch, I don't know if there's going to be another batch before the holidays.
Yeah, that's hard to say.
Don't wait. If you really see something that you want, get it now because you're going to see a lot of last batches. Maybe not ever, but maybe last batches for 2024. Mm-hmm. Just want to let you know. So if you don't want to be disappointed,
come the holidays.
Yeah, or anytime soon anyway. Jump on whatever you see soon because we have more products we want to do than there is time, and we're looking at now. We're filling up the schedule in December now. Mm-hmm. So it's that time of year, people.
With some awesome stuff, though.
Oh, it's
going to be great.
The best stuff ever. Not that any of the stuff we've already done isn't awesome. Is the best to
I know what you mean. We keep innovating.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You guys are going to be blown away.
Cool. Well, that'll do it for a Thursday Sit Rep. As always, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.